Hey everybody, welcome back to my book chat channel. So, as in promise, I said I would have a third book review for you this week, and that is going to be Nighthawking. You have to excuse the noise in the background. My kids are around, and this just is what it is. Anyway, so this third book. Okay, restarting. So, again, this book is called Nighthawking by Russ Thomas, and this is a book that I was given to read by HSC or HHC, Harper Collins Canada, whatever, HCC, there you go, I'm really bad for abbreviations. Harper Collins Canada to read and review, and I have just finished this as of last night. And yeah, so I will quickly go through the synopsis as in traditional fashion, and then we can proceed from there. So, nighthawking. When a nighthawker on a hunt for antiquities instead uncovers the body of a foreign student, Detective Adam Tyler is pulled into a serpentine mystery of dangerous secrets, precious finds, and illegal dealings. Under the dark cover of night, a figure climbs over the wall of a botanical garden with a bag and a metal detector. It's a dicey location in the populous city center, but they're on the hunt, and while most of what they find will be worthless, it only takes one big reward to justify the risk. Only this time, the Nighthawker unearths a body. Detective Sergeant Adam Tyler and his new promoted protege, Detective Constable Amina Rabani. I can't pronounce her last name, so for sanity's sake, I'm going to call her Mina, which is what they call her in the book. Anyway. So Detective Constable Mina are officially in charge of the cold case reviews. But with shrinking budgets and manpower in the department, both are shunted onto the murder investigation. And when the victim is identified as a Chinese national from a wealthy family in the UK on a student visa, the case takes on a new urgency to prevent an international incident. As Tyler and Mina dig further into the victim's life, it becomes clear there's more to her studies and relationships than meets the eye, and the original investigation into her disappearance was shoddy at best. Meanwhile, someone else is watching these events, someone who knew the victim and might hold the key to what happened the night she vanished. So a bit of a mouthful when it comes to the synopsis, but I think it fairly clearly outlines the basis for, what's going on in the story. So, this book, for me, I really enjoyed it. In fact, it ended in such a way that I'm led to believe there's going to be another story, and I really want to know what's going to happen. This book is what I would describe a slow burner. So, if you enjoy, detective mysteries, some conspiracy mysteries, cop dramas, that kind of thing, this is definitely up your alley, but just keep in mind that this book, while I really enjoyed it, is, like I said, it's a bit of a slow burner. So meaning that the pace is relatively even. It's not fast, it's not slow, it's really, really steady. But it takes a little bit to get into the story. Once you're in, you're in. But it does take a little bit to get into it, and that's only because there is so much going on that it goes between several different people, several different situations, and not choppy at all. It's a very smooth written transition between everything that's going on. And I didn't at all find myself getting lost. I found that I was able to stay on track with the story relatively easy, and then things gradually heated up. So again, slow burner meaning all the details are juicy, but there's no, it's not, bang in your face, this is what's going to happen, and then it leads from there. It's a very slow build up. There's lots of details, but relevant details. It nicely builds up each character and the world that you're being introduced to. And I found that it was a pleasant change from a lot of the reads that I have gone into recently. There are multiple different situations going on, multiple different cases going on, and I found it really intriguing and interesting to follow each one as it played out. And as this book ended in a bit of a cliffhanger, with one case not being totally wrapped up, I am really actually kind of anxious to get a hold of the next book. I mean, there's no promises of a next book from what I've seen so far, but it's definitely something that I'm going to take a stab at and say there will be another book, just because, again, it ended in a cliffhanger. So, and a well done cliffhanger. Like I didn't see it coming, and that was the other thing I really enjoyed about this book, was the fact that it was hard to predict. I didn't see anything coming, and usually I'm pretty good at that, but in this case, I wasn't at all. Um, Things were done in just the perfect manner that it was difficult to predict what was going to happen, who was doing what, and it definitely kept you on the edge of your seat wanting to know more. Um, and it had a very nice pace. So that slow, simple build-up pace was basically your entire story, which was nice. It was nice to have a very simple pace to get through. So I would definitely highly recommend this book. It is set to come out on February 23rd, 2001, and I can do a reminder leading up to it. There's another book that I'll do that for as well. But I would definitely put that on your list to check it out. Um, you can find the synopsis for it on Goodreads if you want to check it out for yourself. Yeah, so that is my take on Nighthawking by Russ Thomas. And again, I thank you all so much for tuning into my channel and bearing with me. And then I will be back soon with another book review for you. I thank you all so much for supporting me, and I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Happy reading, everybody.